Okay guys, welcome to another video. As you can probably see from the title, this is yet another feature. I've got more features than a Ford Fiesta, which isn't always a good thing. Some of them work, some of them don't work. Now this is something a wee bit different. I'm not aware of any videos like this. What I'm going to do is I have got a absolutely raft of magazines in PDF format. If you're watching this channel, then you probably remember computer magazines. They were an integral part of owning a computer, because back in whenever it was the late 70s, early 80s, even right through the 90s actually, until sort of late 90s, there was no such thing as the internet, so magazines was basically the only way we could actually see what games were coming out. It was either that or recommendations from pals, or getting to play a game at a computer club, something like that. So I thought what I would do is just to kind of dip my toe in the water, so to speak, to see if you enjoy this video. It might be complete pants, so we'll just crack on. I've picked the very first computer magazine I ever actually saw, and it is this one. It's called the Home Computer Course. Now, I don't know, does it actually have a date in it? I don't think it does. We'll have a look as we scroll down. Basically, this was one of these sort of what do you call it? Not a series. It was a set of magazines, which even now is still mega popular. You get one, each week or each month, whatever it was, and then it's supposed to build up into some kind of fancy collection that you want to keep. And you can see here, the Home Computer Course, Mastering Your Home Computer in 24 Weeks. Well, I can quite categorically say it's been 35 years and I still haven't mastered the computer, so that was obviously a lie. But this was the very first issue I ever actually bought. My mum bought me this. It was 80p, and it was a double issue, 1+2. So there you can see the very front, there's a guy typing quite happily on his ZX Spectrum. What's he saying? RAM, computers never make mistakes, blah blah blah. Yep, 60 computers to be won. That's a strange number. Why 60? Why not 50 or 100? 60. Yeah, anyway, let's crack on. It was released by Orbis Publication. There we go. Welcome to the Home Computer Course, the first complete guide to the world of home computers, specially designed to help you make the most of your machine. There's a small child with his kind of what it was called. Was it a turtle? I think it was. Yeah. What is a computer? A microBIOS survival kit. Clear illustrations and lucid explanations give you real insights into how your computer works. There's a picture of I'm going to move my mouse about. There's a picture of a key, which is really interesting. Does it tell you? There we go. In 1983 it came out. So this was before I bought this, or my mum bought me this before I actually had a computer. We'll go into what computer I eventually did get. So there we go. There's a question we all want to know: what is a computer? How do computers think, and how much do they know? The future starts here. Right, question: what is a computer? It's not as easy to answer as what a television, blah 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 blah. Yeah, I mean it's all fairly dry stuff. I don't think they ever really touched on games at all. So there we go, you can read that if you want. Hardware, it goes into telling you all about the switches, if it's on or off, because as we all know, code is just a series of little switches. I don't think I ever actually read through any of this stuff. Why software? It's a natural teacher. It's useful for letters and accounts. Computers were invented for science. Games, there's the one we're interested in. Games with a bottly line as well. Hardware, okay, yep. So it told you all about the different types of hardware. You got your telly, you got your printer, you got your cassette recorder, keyboard. What goes on inside? Right, microBIOS survival kit. There we go, the fallen price of the micro in 1978, the Apple II was at £995. The Tandy TRS, so what's at the very bottom? There we go, there's the Spectrum. The Sinclair Spectrum was £125 in June 1982, and then it came down to £99 in 1983. Now this page plus the next one, these two pages were basically what I looked at non-stop for months and months and months and months, because my mum and dad said to me that they would buy me a computer, but they didn't tell me what it was. They bought this and I was supposed to look at this and decide what one I wanted. So yeah, to kick things off, we've got the Atari 400, typical price £150. I don't think this was really available in the UK. Disadvantages: touchpad, keyboard, basic must be bought as an extra. Is that right? You didn't get basic built in? Touchpad, keyboard, lackey basic. Okay. Makes this best suited for games, and your point is, nothing wrong with that. There's the beast, Atari 800. Typical price £300. It probably goes for about £300 now actually. Has a better keyboard than a cheaper 400 and is capable of running business software. BBC Micro, that was always an expensive bad boy. Yep, the B version was £399. Colour Genie, don't ever recall ever seen one of these. Pinterest, I bet these go for an absolute song on eBay. There's the Jupiter Ace, typical price £90. It goes for probably 4 times that now, because back then, well, nobody wanted it. I mean, it was, in fact it tells you down here, I think, yeah, summary: good for those who wish to experiment with Forth, and better value now that more software has become available. Yeah, Forth, most computers had basic. This one had Forth built in. It had a whopping 3K, and you could expand it. Well, it actually includes a 16K RAM pack. There we go. But this now sells for silly money. You're talking £200-300 for a Jupiter Ace. It looks as cheap as anything, doesn't it? Now this was one of my favourites. I always thought it looked excellent. I liked the colour as well. The Lynx, £225. Had 48K sharply defined screen display. I don't recall ever seen an emulator of the Lynx ever. I never saw one in the wilderness or real life, but always, that was one I always wanted just because I thought it looked really nice. The New Brain, does it tell you who made that? It does actually, standard memory 32. Again, it was another one of these machines that I don't think really sold. Auric, if the Commodore 64, Atari, BBC, Dragon, the Auric was probably, it was a seller, but it wasn't a big seller. It was probably the machine that you got if your mum and dad wouldn't buy your Spectrum. Again, never actually seen an Auric before. Interestingly, it had like sound commands, or like boom and bang. So rather than to type in thing with sounds, it actually had programmable sounds. Yeah, an interesting computer. And at page 2, Commodore 64. That was the one I wanted. The only problem was it was £299. Non-expandable. The basic can often be awkward. Commodore VIC-20, that was mega popular back then. Dragon 32 again was super popular. Epson X820, well there's your screen there, that tiny little LCD thing. If I remember rightly, there was an advert for a guy using that, and he was actually sitting in the bath programming that. I always wonder what could you actually get on a screen like that. I dare say somebody could probably get Doom running on it if it was available nowadays. ZX81, probably one of the most popular ones back then, £45. It's interesting when you look at some of these machines, most of them you can get for a lot less now than they were back in 1982, though the Jupiter Ace does go for way more than it originally sold for. Not because it's good, it's basically shite, but just because it's very rare. Because it was so sort of crap, there were very few actually sold. Sinclair Spectrum. This you had 2 models. You had the £99 16K one, and you had the £125 48K. Advantages: very reasonably priced for a colour computer, wide variety of games and other software. Very poor keyboard, barely audible sound, temperamental tape load, gets very hot after prolonged use. Well, if you read all this, you would think I'm not getting a Spectrum. Who would have thunk it that, fast forward 2-3 years, the Spectrum would be one of probably the best selling computer in the UK. I know the C64 is, I think it was the best selling computer in the world, but yeah, the Spectrum, if you looked at all these machines, would you have picked the Spectrum as being the leader? Probably not. Sword M5, again, that was another one that I always liked to look off. I don't know why, I've got no idea, I just thought it looked nice. I actually own one of these. I bought one, maybe 2 years ago. It's the kind of thing I should think about selling, because you know what, I bought it and I just stuck it right up in the loft. But because it was a computer that I always wanted to get, when I was finally able to get one, I was delighted to get it, and it's sitting in the loft. So yeah, if I had more room it would be on display, but I might have to think about parting company with it, because it's just sitting in a loft, which is a bit silly. And the very last one, the TI-994A by Texas Instruments. Extremely slow, basic, limited choice of software. Now, this was the machine that I ended up getting. My mum and dad promised me they'd get my computer, so they went off to Comet, which was a big kind of electrical retail outlet thing that was quite popular in the 80s. And they'd asked me what I wanted. I said, could you get a Spectrum? There was no chance I was going to buy a Commodore 64. And they went away and they came back with this because it looked nice. Now I have to say, the Texas does look nice. It's got all the lovely shiny kind of metal, whatever it is, aluminium. Nice keyboard. It's got this huge big space here. I think that's for some kind of expansion module. But the problem with this is there was no games available. I did buy one game through mail order, which was a fairly shite. It was basically, it was a basic game. It was awful. So that was the one that I ended up getting. And then eventually got one of these bad boys. And now let's just, out of interest, back in 1983 I would have killed for any one of these computers. What one do I actually own? I own that. So that's one. I own one of these, I own one of these, I own one of these. I don't own that. I don't own a Jupiter Ace, I don't own any of these ones. So I've got 3 up there. I own a C64's 4, I've got a VIC-20's 5, I've got a Dragon which is 6, I've got a ZX81 7, I've got a Spectrum's 8, and I've got a Sword which is 9. I don't have a TI-99, I did buy one and it didn't work, so I've got 9 out of the, how many of that is that, 16, 60 computers. So there we go, moving on, setting up your system. A printer, yeah, who would have that now? Trackball controller, joystick, that's quite a nice looking joystick actually. Controlling computers. Your computer hardware won't run without the aid of appropriate software. We explain this crucial term and how to assess the software you'll find in shops. So yeah, it was all very much, it was all teaching you stuff. But that looks a bit like Beachhead, although it's not. There's a Frogger, I'm trying to see, is that running on the, let's zoom in a wee bit. No, I'm not zooming in actually. I think that looks kind of Atari-like. I'm guessing that's an Atari. Now it's funny when I see some of these games. This one here, I don't know what this is exactly. That screenshot was etched in my memory because I got this magazine and I knew there and then I had to get a computer. I wanted a computer so badly, and I used to sit and look at these screenshots and think that looks amazing. I don't even know what that is. It looks like some kind of mirror thing. Is that a kind of Space Lander thing? If anybody knows what that game is, please tell me, because I'm going to try and play it. Databases, yeah, right. Accounts packages. There's an Apple II. That was the very first computer I actually got to use. We had one in geography at school. It was the only computer we had. We had one computer in the whole school. What kind of home computer we use for apart from playing games? Why are you asking that? Games people play. I always remember looking at this thing here as well. Zombie swings at Einstein and misses. That looks like it's on an Apple machine. And this one again, that screenshot is kind of etched in my head. Or sorry, etched in my memory, I should say. You got Zax, and that looks like it's on the what do you call it, Atari, as does this. This is some kind of war game. And then there's Flight Simulator, which was on the Spectrum, I think it was. It's small print, yeah, so it was very much, here we go, hardware focused, superb coloured graphics, and unique micro drive storage system at an amazingly low price, but beware the keyboard. Didn't stop people buying it. There you go. I mean, it's quite interesting, you know, if you like that sort of thing, you can go in and look and clock the video chip. There's the memory, the micro drive. There's the main man himself, Sir Clive Sinclair. He founded his first company, Sinclair Radionics, in 1962. Yeah, some nice photography actually. Does it actually sum up the Spectrum? Is that it? The ready-written programs that are available for the Spectrum include a tremendous variety of games. These range from the ever-popular Space Invaders and Pac-Man types to adventure games and flight simulators that can display startling originality in their conception. Yes, so that's a Spectrum. Moving on, what was this? So this magazine also kind of told you how to program, well, very basic stuff. That was probably the very first and only program I ever actually learned to do, was how to pick the number. You had to kind of try and guess the number. There you go, a starter pack for only £45, and it includes the 16K RAM pack. Save at least £29. Also, that was a really nice picture of the Spectrum. There we go, you can get it in Boots, John Menzies, Curry's, it doesn't mention Comet, funnily enough. The Sava Centre, what happened to that? Rumbelows, that's no more either, is it? And there you go, there's all the games you could get. Horus and the Spiders. Fourth, that's the program language that Jupiter Ace. There we go, we're looking at variables. So I don't think I ever read any of this, and that's why I became a gamer rather than a programmer. And then there was basic. The computer revolution is sweeping the world and changing the face of society. It's the world of tomorrow and it's happening today. What's that say there? Games 2.2 UK, Germany 0.6. I don't know what that means by games. Don't know. Yeah, there we go, the electronic artist. Painting with pictures with a microcomputer is easy with graphics software. Yeah, right, have you ever actually tried to draw with a joystick? So this software here is called GraphKey apparently. And it's running on the BBC Model B. Image building, oh, so that even tells you. You see, I would have probably gotten better at school if I'd actually read this. It tells you how the CRT actually works. Yeah, more stuff about memory and whatnot. There we go, the Auric 1. This impressive colour graphics. Does it mention anything about the sound? Musical, blah, blah, 6 octaves. I see it's got quite a decent speaker actually. It doesn't actually review it, so it just tells you about it. Yeah, but this tells you how a keyboard works. There you go. When you press it and it presses that little red line. Sinclair keyboard. Sinclair advanced the art of keyboard design. Advanced the art? You mean the cut corners. The end of typing. There we go. Not that long ago, the only way to get a computer to do anything was to key an instruction. There's the mouse. Mice can also be used in graphics to draw lines or paint colours on the screen. That little boy's obviously his neck isn't capable of holding his head up. One of the most powerful computer aids for primary school children is the floor turtle. Ah, see, I told you it was a turtle. I was paying attention. Yeah, that's right, it used, what was it called, Logo. That was the language that it used to. Woohoo! You can draw a truck. It's basically 2 squares with 2 circles. Eye strain. Some adult workers staring at computer screens do suffer from eye strain and fatigue, but children don't have long enough concentration spans for this to become a problem. Well, funnily enough, I use a computer at work all day, and I also sit in front of it most of the time when I'm making videos and whatnot, and I don't get any problems. Loop in the loop. Yeah, more programming stuff. Behind the bars, telling you about barcodes. See? The things you learn. Dairy milk. And of course, as with all these series of magazines, you can get yourself a binder and store them in. Now fortunately, I actually have all of these. I got them on eBay, I think it was. On a BBC Micro Home computer or a Sinclair Spectrum. Now all the kids would have wanted that, but your better option would have been to win the Spectrum. Right, let's see what it says. Let's see if we can answer I didn't read any of this. Give the answers to the following definitions. A group of 4 bits or half a byte. What? Give the answers to the following definitions. Alright, what is a group of 4 bits or half a byte? I've got no idea. A collection of bits, usually 8, that make up. I've got no idea. An impact printer, right, anyway. I didn't win it. So anyway, listen, that is the home computer course. It's an interesting magazine for its time. Looking at it now, it is pretty dull. I'll just zoom out so you can see it in all its glory. Yeah, it's extremely dull to look at nowadays, but back in 1983 I was absolutely riveted to this magazine because that was my window to actually owning a computer. But like I said, if I'd actually read it, I might have actually got into the programming side of things rather than just the playing games. But anyway guys, listen, let me know what you think of this video. If you think it's shite, please tell me and I won't make any more. If you think it's something interesting, then what I'll do is I'll just look at one magazine. I've got tons and tons of these bad boys on a disk drive, so let me know what you think guys, and as usual, thank you very much for watching.